Fighting Illini, since COVID, had about 20 wins total through 3 seasons. Now Shauna Green up there over 50 in just over 2 seasons, and there's the tip. And this great matchup is underway.
Big Ten basketball, always a pleasure to call. Pleasure to watch as well for the viewers at home. Here's Guyton, top of the key. Olsen, the star for Iowa. 3rd leading scorer in the country last season. Tough move inside for Stuelke to start things off.
Yeah, it's going to be big for the Iowa Hawkeyes. They have the size on Illinois, even with Kendall Bostic down there in the paint, a great rebounder. But if the Iowa Hawkeyes want to control this game offensively, it's going to be in the paint.
McKenzie, mid-range jumper, can't get it to fall. Rebound, Stuelke. Guyton with it. Feuerbach, excuse me. A falter. Surveying her options, back to Olsen. 13 on the shot clock. Olsen driving in traffic, can't get it to go off the glass. Bostic corrals it. Here's Bryant. Defended by Feuerbach. Bryant pulls up from the elbow, no good. Olsen, nice find to Stuelke. 4 points to start the game, scored by Hannah Stuelke.
Very good pass there by the Iowa Hawkeyes, by Lucy Olsen. Found her teammate up ahead. And an easy 2. That's some of the easiest points the Iowa Hawkeyes will score tonight.
Here's Brown Haggard, talented sophomore, who's been a pleasant surprise for Shauna Green in Illinois this season. Bryant driving back in the paint. Can she get it to go? No. Olsen pushing the pace. Out to Guyton. Can she get it? A little too strong.
Saw a little hesitation there by Lucy Olsen on the 3-point line. Freed up some space for the free pass. Had an open shot. Did Guyton just hit the front rim?
Mid-range jumpers not falling for the home court team so far. Guyton showing off the wheels, and Iowa's scored 6 unanswered to start things against Illinois.
And that was a free path to the cup for Leah Guyton. Really no defensive pressure there. Went about 94 feet with no defense on her. Nobody stepping up to the ball.
Here's Shoup Hill in the paint. Again, can't get it to go. She's fouled on the way up. She'll get 2 at the free throw line. We mentioned Aaliyah Guyton filling in for O'Grady in the starting lineup. It's her first collegiate start as she's a freshman for these Hawkeyes.
Yeah, that's big for number 11 in orange and, or in black and gold. But we'll see Addison O'Grady later on. As we mentioned, the 44 matchup down low. But the girl taking free throws right now, Bryn Shoup Hill, that's who I want to see step up for the Illinois Fighting Illini with Makaira Cook gone. She's been pretty quiet since the start of the season. She's only averaging 4.8 points a game, but 2 free throws to start this one should get her going early.
Feuerbach was trying to find a cutting Olsen. Ball gets tied up for a second, stolen away by Bostic. Here's Genesis Bryant, the elbow again, can't get it to go. So far, the only Illini points scored have been off free throws, and that's just too easy for Lucy Olsen.
Yeah, that's a wide open 3 for 33. So far, Illinois 0 for 4 on mid-range jumpers. Just not going to cut it against this Iowa team who loves to take threes, even if they're not making them at a high clip right now, and that's just a bad pass. Bryn Shoup Hill not looking.
A little miscommunication there for the home team, and see Shauna Green shaking her head there just a second. Tough break for a team that finds themselves down by 7 early. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left in this first quarter.
This is an Illinois team that also likes to get out to early leads. Most of their wins have come by the other team coming back late in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and now this is something that Shauna Green, the Illinois Fighting Illini, have not really been used to, this team down 7 early.
You see the Illini bench standing up, cheering on that forced turnover by their defense. A Shauna Green team will always pride itself in its defensive capabilities. Here's McKenzie in the paint again. Illinois really making that their mission thus far. She gets it to fall.
And that's where McKenzie lives, is in that paint. She has not been shooting very well at all from beyond the arc this year, but that's not really her game at all. And there's a travel by Lucy Olson. I'll go back the other way. But for Mackenzie, she really does like driving into the paint. That's where the most of her points have come this season.
And now you see the first player off the bench for both of these squads. Taylor McCabe in for Guyton, as well as O'Grady in there for the Hawkeyes, and Barry Wallace in for Illinois now.
Barry Wallace, the 5-star freshman for Illinois. Highest recruit in a long time here in Champaign.
Here's Mackenzie from behind the arc, thought about it, but opts to go back into the paint, and they're gonna say that stays with Illinois.
Yeah, that went off Lucy Olson's foot. Good call there by the referee.
So Iowa's lineup out there right now: Mulaney, Feuerbach, Olson, O'Grady, and McCabe, and an offensive turnover for Illinois.
And that's something that the Fighting Illini have struggled with this season, has been the turnovers. All 5 of their starters average more than 2.3 turnovers a game. And if they want to be the class of the Big Ten, like I know that Shauna Green and this team want to be, they're going to have to cut those down. And those free turnovers that just give the other team the ball without really any defense going against them, that's what they need to cut down on. There's an easy layup.
Nice find to get Feuerbach the easy 2. Iowa leads 11-4. Brown Hager bringing the ball up for Illinois. Normally in that role would have been Makira Cook and then Gretchen Dolan, and now here we are with the 3rd player doing that thus far this season for the Orange and Blue. Just so riddled with injuries that team has been. Bostic fadeaway off the glass. And that's Kendall Bostic at her best right there.
That absolutely is, Peter. We've seen that all season. We've seen that in her entire career here in Champaign-Urbana. She's one of the best at it in her sport. Yeah, 8 in the last 9, but they've lost the last one with Caitlin Clark. They came to Champaign in 2023 and lost by 4. They were ranked 14th at the time. Caitlin Clark came to Champaign and lost to Shauna Green in the Illinois Fighting Illini.
A marquee win for Shauna Green in her first year here in Champaign. Here's Barry Wallace finding Bryant. Screen set up high by Bostic. Bryant with the 3, little too strong, corralled by O'Grady. McCabe with it now, defended by Bryant. Guyton back in the game for Iowa. Taylor Stremlow also in for the Hawkeyes. O'Grady in the paint, out to McCabe, can't get it to go. Rebound by O'Grady. A fight for the ball in the paint. Bostic comes away with it. Brown Hager trying to push the pace here for Illinois. Mid-range step back, nothing but net.
Good shot by Brown Hager, but I wanted to highlight O'Grady down on the other side. She moved past that Kendall Bostic screen, box out perfectly, got the offensive rebound just like I mentioned in the pregame. Missed the layup, but that's exactly what she needs to do against the other 44 all night if she wants to win the paint, so to say.
Rebounding will prove to be such a crucial part of this one. 2 teams that can rebound the ball very well. Bostic averaging a double-double. Here's Bryant in transition. Not enough spin. Here's Wallace with the putback.
Really good basketball IQ there by Barry Wallace. Saw the open lane, had a free rebound, and from there, just a free shot.
Moving screen there by Tegan Mulaney, and Illinois gets the ball 11-10. They've made a game out of this, Tony.
Absolutely, they've went on a little bit of a run. It's come from the defensive end. They've pushed the pace on the offensive ends, gotten to the cup, and all of a sudden down 1.
Just under 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Wallace off the screen into the paint, step through, good.
That's just straight talent there by the 5-star. Step through, jump stop, beautiful.
Stremlo to Olsen. A falter in the game now for the team from Iowa City. In the paint, Stuelke air ball, and rebound by Bryn Shoup-Hill. Stuelke scored the first 4 points of this one, hasn't scored since then. Bryn Shoup-Hill finding Bryant. Bryant looks to Shauna Green for the play call. Finding Bostic in the paint, baby hook shot. And Illinois now up by 3, 14-11 against the visiting Iowa Hawkeyes. Olsen, top of the key, screen set by Stuelke, tries the jumper from the elbow, no good. Genesis Bryant now with it. Tony, the pace of play is picking up here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just saw on that jumper by Lucy Olsen as there's a foul by 33. We saw her on the offensive end get through that screen, take that jumper from the mid-range, and all of a sudden 5 white jerseys just crash the boards. Really nothing you can do there if you're an Iowa Hawkeye if the ball goes off the rim, which it did.
Now Illinois putting McKenzie back in the game out there with Brown Hager, Barry Wallace, Bostic, Bryn Shoup-Hill. Jumper from the elbow does not fall for McKenzie. It was Olsen, defended by the freshman. Baseline drive, nice pass out to a falter. Here's Feuerbach, nearly traveled. Olsen from deep, good.
Just what a play by Lucy Olsen. Drove all the way into the paint, passed it out to the corner, relocated back to the wing, and took a 3 and hit with nothing but net. What a play by Lucy Olsen.
Talk about the best players always being heads up when they don't have the ball as well, and Olsen proved how well she can do that right there. Here's Brown Hager, jumper doesn't fall. Rebound McKenzie, double teamed in the corner, baseline drive, reverse, no good.
Just a little out of control there by Adalia McKenzie. She likes driving like that. She has a good reverse layup in her bag. Just couldn't get it over the hands of a falters. There's a foul on the other end.
Passing has just been so good for this Hawkeye team so far. A lot of nice finds on baseline cuts. You take a look here. Clear contact there by Bryn Shoup-Hill on the cutting Feuerbach.
Yeah, when you go sideways, when you go up sideways like that, excuse me, you're going to get called for the foul every time. You obviously got to go up, face up, both hands up, go straight. Can't jump into the shooter like Bryn Shoup-Hill did. You're going to get 2 every time.
So Feuerbach goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Iowa leading 16-14. Illinois has about 24 seconds on the shot clock. Brown Hager taking some time off of that shot clock. Here's Barry Wallace outside. 5 seconds now on the shot clock. Here's McKenzie, mid-range yet again.
So I was going to mention before Dahlia well, there's the shot at the end of the shot clock. I was going to say Illinois was looking for a jump shot at the end of that quarter, but they had 5 players who aren't known for their shooting, so.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Has been so injury riddled this season. We mentioned Makaira Cook, Gretchen Dolan out for the season. Bryant trying to chase her own rebound, but it's grabbed instead by Iowa's star player, Olsen.
And there's the difference right there. That's why we have a 7-point difference in this game right now. The tough twos for Illinois just have stopped falling.
Look at the constant movement right now by this Iowa offense. Everybody is constantly cutting if they don't have the ball. And Kendall Bostic forces the turnover there, pushing Stuelke baseline and then out of bounds.
And had Stuelke not gone out of bounds, she had a wide open Taylor McCabe on that cut. You see number 2 coming down straight down the center of the court. So had she not stepped out of bounds, it would have been a free 2. You mentioned Iowa's movement on offense. It really has been stellar so far through about 2 quarters.
Shot no good. Illinois shooting 33% so far tonight to Iowa's 44%. Illinois has yet to make a three-pointer. Iowa 3 for 11. Here's another, McCabe on the wing, no good. Make it 3 for 12, rebound O'Grady.
There's that offensive rebound for O'Grady over Kendall Bostic. You see she has about 3 inches on her 44 counterpart. There's a big screen and another steal for Genesis Bryant.
Bryant has been absolutely everywhere tonight. McKenzie, another mid-range jumper, corralled and put back in by Kendall Bostic.
I want to touch on the just the 3-point shooting so far. As there's a drive there and it'll go out of bounds. I want to touch on the 3-point shooting of either of these teams. The storylines has been basically how the season has been going. 0 for 4 for Illinois. They have not taken a lot of threes all season. They haven't made a lot of threes all season. Iowa, the same thing. They've taken, it looks like 12 threes so far, made 3 of them tonight, and that's kind of how the season has been going. High volume from 3, maybe not hitting it at the clip as they did with Caitlin Clark, but still how that team wants to operate offensively. So far with the 5-point lead, been working out so far, although it's been more tough 2s for Iowa so far tonight.
Jump ball possession arrow in favor of the home team, so the ball stays on Illinois' end of the court. And Tony, to your point, I mean, Iowa's 3-point shooting successes, you take a look at a player like Taylor McCabe shooting 45.6% from behind the arc on 68 attempts this season. I mean, it's the second most on her team, but an incredibly high clip from 3, and Illinois' 3-point shooting woes. It certainly hurts having Makaira Cook and Gretchen Dolan out for the season. Dolan, a 40% shooter from deep. Makaira Cook, I mean, a star point guard for Illinois, was first team All Big Ten 2 seasons ago. I mean, this is an Illinois team that's going to have to figure things out from deep if they want to continue to shoot it the way they did before injuries.
Well, absolutely, and I look to Adalia McKenzie when it comes to that. She has not been shooting the ball at all this season, under 20% from beyond the arc, and it's something that she really has been doing in these last 2 seasons, has been shooting at a high clip, and the ball just hasn't been going through the net this season. That's a blocking foul. It'll go against Iowa. But yeah, we mentioned about Illinois wanting to get to the tournament this year, wanting to be a team that wants to be recognized in the Big Ten. They're going to have to start shooting it from beyond the arc if they want to do that.
We'll see what play they draw up here. 6 seconds left. McKenzie to Bryant from deep, gets it to fall.
We mentioned the 3-point shooting. That's the first one of the game, only 1.5. But that was a beautiful play call.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Nothing short of just special. It really is unfortunate that Caitlin Clark didn't get a national championship, because her and the Iowa Hawkeyes team definitely deserved to be in those national championship games. Just fell a little bit short twice.
Check out the strong post move there from Hannah Stulke, junior forward, in-state product out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Little misdirection. Here's McKenzie. Mid-range from Brown Hager this time. She gets it to go.
Yeah, another long 2. We've seen that from both teams. That's a 20-footer by Brown Hager. This one falls. The Illini extend their lead to 4.
And this place is loud right now.
I say extend because it really hasn't been more than 4 for the Illini. Iowa had a lead up to 7 a couple times. That's an offensive foul, and the crowd will get even more loud.
So 4-point difference in this game. Genesis Bryant has been drawing and causing turnovers left and right. A big reason why the Illini are in this one. Iowa has 14 turnovers to Illinois' 9. Both teams shooting at 40% from the field.
You see those points off turnovers. Illinois is leading them 12-10. I'm going to mention the second chance points. It was 12-0, now 12-6. So the Hawkeyes have evened it up quite a bit there. And here we go. The defense signs showing here in the State Farm Center. And the crowd is getting to their feet.
We'll see if the Hawkeyes can respond on this end of the court. Here's Stuelke matched up against the freshman Wallace. It's too easy for Hannah Stuelke.
It really is too easy in the paint for Stuelke right now. The fans thought it was an offensive foul. Let's check the replay, and definitely a blocking foul. Barry Wallace's right foot just wasn't set yet. So a good call by the officials. It'll be a free throw here for Stuelke, trying to cut it to a 1-point deficit here with 9 seconds left in the third quarter.
We have a ruckus crowd here at the State Farm Center, letting the refs hear it on that call. And hate to break the Illinois fans' hearts, but got to side with the refs on that call after the replay. And here's Genesis Bryant, 7 seconds left in this period. Double teamed, offensive foul. Shauna Green is livid.
Yeah, and that call happened 5 seconds later. I understand why she's so upset, and she got very animated. You can see what she's saying. She's saying, how? Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how, Coach. It was because that was a charge.
Take a look at the replay here.
That right foot did come off the floor, but you saw her feet beforehand were set, and that's the difference between those two calls. Lucy Olson won't hit it at the buzzer.
Illinois is wearing shirts there on the bench that say "We Back Pat" there on the back, and there is a foundation. If you're wanting to donate or learn more, you can check out www.patsgameplan.org.
Such an important cause, a horrible disease, and great of these two teams to try and fundraise some money. It's a national thing that happens every year, the Pat Summit, We Back Pat Week.
It really is a fun fundraiser, really is a disease that just hurts so many families across the country and across the world, and anything any of us can do will help.
Jasmine Brown-Hager gets 2 for Illinois there. The score 48-45. 9.5 minutes left to go in what has been an electric back and forth contest at the State Farm Center. Olson living in the mid-range.
Well, something I want to highlight, Peter, here in the fourth quarter, the minute distribution on the side of the Illinois Fighting Illini. 7 players have touched the floor, but if you want to count Corey Ellen, if you want to take out Corey Ellen's 4 minutes, 6 players have really been playing for Illinois now that 2 of their top guards are out for the season. That I really don't think that will be sustainable for the rest of the season.
And Brown-Hager stepping into that guard role big time. She scored the past 2 buckets for Illinois. Stuelke, top of the key, driving, pops it out to McCabe. Automatic.
Yeah, that was nothing but net. McCabe, you mentioned, shooting up towards that 45% range.
Showing off her sharp shooting abilities on the road. Here's Bryant.
Genesis Bryant
Drains it for 2, 52-50, 8 minutes left. Olson trying to respond, no good. O'Grady on the way up gets fouled.
I would love to see the spray chart of this game for both teams. It feels like there's shots being put up from every single angle on this court. Let's watch the replay of the foul. Bryn Hill clearly gets some arm there. But lots of mid-range jumpers, lots of three-pointers, lots of tough twos in the paint. Feels like I'm watching some 2007 basketball, and I love it.
Imagine there's maybe some analytics believers at home yelling at their TVs saying, take a few steps back, you'll get 3 points. Bostic gets the rebound off the miss at the line from O'Grady, 52-51. Between border state rivals, Iowa, Illinois. The last time these two teams played, it was here at the State Farm Center in Illinois, upset Iowa and Caitlin Clark. They're trying to do it again. They lead by 1. Iowa star player Olsen pushing the pace.
It's going to be up to Lucy Olsen to take charge of this game. As I say charge, and they'll call it a blocking foul. But it will be up to Olsen to take control of this game if she wants her Iowa Hawkeyes to win. We'll take a replay. We'll watch this replay.
You could see after the play, Genesis Bryant was a little frustrated. She looked at one of the official mouthing back, that was not a charge, and Illinois fans yelling at the Jumbotron after review.
We saw two of those right at the end of the third quarter. Both of them went Iowa's way. There's a travel for Stulke. It'll go the other way.
So this game is high intensity right now. Genesis Bryant has been so pivotal for the Illini. She takes the ball up the court. Bostic thought about yet another mid-range jumper. Here's Bryn Hill from the wing, in and out.
You hear the groan from the crowd there.
This place was ready to go nuts. Feuerbach in the paint, fouled. She's going to the charity stripe with a chance to take the lead.
McKenzie, her second, team's third.
Feuerbach averaging 6.1 points per game. She's got 4 tonight. Misses her first chance at the line.
It's been a little bit of a struggle so far for Iowa at the line. Make them now 6 for 11.
So 0 for 2. 6.5 minutes to go.
Compare that to Illinois' 5 for 5 from the line. That's the slight difference so far in this one, only a 1-point game.
Illinois trying to feed Brown Hager in the paint. The fadeaway J off the front iron. Out to McCabe. McCabe thought about it. Stulke in the paint, matched up against Shoup Hill. Blocked by Shoup Hill. It'll stay with the Hawkeyes.
20, Barry Wallace.
Yeah, this game turned into a foul fest for the last 2 minutes, but that was a good call to call that a clean block, because it was. Bryn Hill got both hands up there.
Big game for both of these teams on Big Ten Plus. Alongside Tony Finara, I'm Peter Hansen. Tony mentioned earlier, this game a quad one opportunity for both of these squads. A Big Ten conference game on the line here. Those are immensely valuable in the toughest conference in college basketball. Bostic, the baby hook, and one!
You saw a big emotion let out, the big scream let out there by Kendall Bostic. We'll watch the replay. Watch her reaction. You don't see that from Kendall Bostic very often. but this game just has that extra juice.
Bostic headed to the line
Shooting one.
for a potential three-point play, a 78% free throw shooter, ups that percentage right there. She's got 15 on the night, 13 rebounds to go along with it.
She's usually a quiet player, will get her double-double every game, but doesn't really say anything about it. But you saw there, like I mentioned, letting some emotion out. That's what this Illinois team needs. They need these 6 players, these 7 players if you count Corey Ellen, to step up emotionally.
Jumper silences the crowd by Olsen. Now she leads the game in scoring with 16 points. Nearly a turnover. Bryant able to get it off the ground as she herself was on the ground.
I might need to wipe up that spot. Shauna Greenwood will call a timeout.
In this new Big Ten conference, Bostic pump fake gets it to go.
Yeah, we mentioned how this would be a big quad 1 victory for either of these 2 teams, but playing in this Big Ten conference, you're going to get a lot more.
Feuerbach defended by Brown Hager. Olsen to her left, hands it off. Back to Feuerbach. Thought about the 3, opts to drive instead. Bostic collects off the glass. Four-point difference between these 2 squads. McKenzie with it on the wing, directing traffic, finds Bryant. Bryant trying to make something out of nothing. Rebound corralled by Iowa.
You don't see Illinois using the full shot clock very often.
And they're going to say foul on the floor here. The basket does not count. Foul on Genesis Bryant. That is Genesis Bryant's 4th foul. Take a look at Illinois and Genesis Bryant's upcoming schedule. They take on Indiana in Bloomington, and then number 20 Michigan State at home before heading up to Evanston for their in-state rivalry. Michigan State, a team that Iowa fell to earlier this season. They were ranked number 17 in the country at the time. We talked about Big Ten being a strong conference. I mean, look no further than this game right here. The only Big Ten team to ever compete in back-to-back national championships, Iowa, going neck and neck with a rejuvenated Illinois program with under 4 minutes left to go.
You talk about how this conference has gotten bigger. 18 teams in this conference. We're only going to see the top 15 in the Big Ten tournament, and this is the 9th and the 13th best team in this conference, and it feels like a very high-level team. It feels almost like a tournament game.
And there's the charge taken by Jasmine Brown Hager. She's a little shaken up on the play. Take a look at the replay. Feet were set outside of the restraining line. Pretty clear call there.
Landed on her hip a little bit. You see her grabbing at that waistline, but dribbling the ball up the court, seems like she'll be okay.
Barry Wallace with it now, the 5-star freshman recruit for Shauna Green and company. Brown Hager has been making those all day, but not right there. Stulke with the rebound. Stulke has 11 of those today to go with 15 points. Second on her team. Olsen with the most at 16. Baseline drive, foul called on Jasmine Brown Hager. Genesis Bryant waiting in the wings. You'd imagine she's checking in for Brown Hager after the charge was called. But a falter headed to the line for the Hawkeyes. Chance to make this a 1-possession ball game.
Now Iowa already in the bonus with 3 minutes left. I say already, 3 minutes left in the bonus. They've only fouled twice here in this quarter, so big advantage there if we get down to free throws late in this one.
Now you said already. I was going to say it's a little surprising both of these teams aren't in the bonus already. So Falter makes the second one, and Iowa's free throw shooting woes continue. 7 for 13 on the day to Illinois' 6 for 6. Bryant moving the ball up the court. McKenzie thought about it, back out to Genesis Bryant. Here's Bostic matched up against Addie O'Grady, the 6'4" senior center for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Bryant from deep, got it!
She held that one. And
forcing the timeout.
She's getting the crowd hyped up after that one.
Playing the 2001 A Space Odyssey theme music. I feel like we've gone on a bit of a Space Odyssey today, Tony. What a game we've witnessed here in Champaign. The crowd on its feet. And Jan Jensen was looking for a timeout. She is flabbergasted. Seems to be a bit of confusion here between the officials.
Yeah, I think the crowd noise got to Coach Jensen there. Was calling timeout on her hands raised, and the officials just couldn't hear her. It was too loud. And usually that's something that Jan Jensen gets in favor of her back home in Iowa City. This time it's going against her here in Champaign-Urbana, down 6.
Crowd on its feet. Here's Stulke, screen set, matched up against Bryn Shoup-Hill. Shoup-Hill upset with the foul call.
Yeah, you're going to see players get upset with foul calls late in games, but that was a good call. Bryn Shoup-Hill definitely had her hands over Stulke, did not go straight up. So a good call. But a big call nonetheless here with 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in the game.
Shauna Green checks the 6'1" freshman back in the game. You take a look here, Hannah Stulke, 15 points on the night, misses her first free throw. Iowa now shooting 50% from the line, now above 50% with that make, 8 for 15.
And when you get down to a game like this where the differential has only been 5 points, it hasn't been more than 7 all game, there's the difference right there is the free throws.
How many times in press conferences do you hear coaches say, if only we made our free throws,
exactly.
Right? 5-point difference here.
And Illinois 6 for 6.
Bryant tries another, too strong. Ball tapped around and into the arms of Olsen. Stulke in transition, gets it to fall. This is a one-possession game. 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter at the State Farm Center. Genesis Bryant working her way up the court. Shauna Green calling the timeout.
They've been to back-to-back national championships, and I know that those were different teams, and I know it's a different coach, but there's still players on this team that have been through these tough times, have been deep into March, and they know how to win close games. But when it comes to winning a close game on the road in the Big Ten, it's just a different story.
You saw there Iowa using a free foul. Illinois not in the bonus yet. McKenzie passes it in. High ball screen set by Bostic. Brown Hager to McKenzie. The ball movement for Illinois working right now. Bryn Shoup-Hill finds Bostic in the paint. Can't get it to fall again. Rebound tipped around. A fight for it on the court. Brown Hager has it. 1 minute left. Iowa trying to foul. They do. Olsen upset with the call. It'll be on her.
And that was all Jasmine Brown Hager. Got up, got 2 tips over two 6-footers, and chased down the rebounds. And gets fouled and will take some free throws herself. Actually, it'll just be a throw-in because Iowa only has 4 fouls now. Now Illinois is in the bonus.
So in a way, Iowa lucky that didn't give Illinois a trip to the free throw line. Not sure if you want to foul there with 1 minute left. McKenzie now working her way around the horn. Step back mid-range. Stulke with the board. Timeout, Jan Jensen. We'll see what decision she made here. Inbound to Stulke. Olsen, top of the key. 3-point game. 7 seconds separate game and shot clock. Olsen, the three, too strong. Rebound, Iowa. A falter with it. She gets fouled. Bryn Shoup-Hill not happy with the call. A falter will get a trip to the charity stripe.
Well, Bryn Shoup-Hill went for the reach. Just couldn't get a hold of the ball, and she knows it. But even if she did get that jump ball, it'd still go in favor of Iowa as they have possession. So instead, Iowa just getting some free throws, although, Peter, what's your opinion on fouling up three?
Well, a lot of people say the dog days of the game, it's the best thing to do. You know, ensure that you lead when you get the ball back. So in a sense, this could be a good thing for Illinois. I don't think that foul was intentional. Bryn Shoup-Hill is now fouled out of the game. Barry Wallace checks in. You hear the crowd going nuts after the first missed free throw. Electric atmosphere here. A falter with a chance to cut it to 2 points. She misses yet again. Jump ball, which, as you mentioned, Tony, is in favor for the Iowa Hawkeyes. At this point, you think they try and go for the three, right?
Absolutely. You're down three. The shot clock is off. You still have 20 seconds, but you don't want to give Illinois time to dribble up the floor after you make a layup. Now is the time to get the ball in number 33's hands, set her a screen, and let her take a three-point jumper. If it goes in, it goes in.
Olsen inbounding. Here's McCabe. No good. 16 seconds left on the clock. Olsen nearly goes out of bounds. They say she did go out of bounds.
The ball went off the referee, and Lucy Olsen is irate, but it did. Well, I mentioned this feels like a Big Ten tournament game. It absolutely does, with two teams that are sitting right in the middle of the pack of the Big Ten standings. It doesn't feel like that, Peter.
This has been a wild ride, Tony. Genesis Bryant headed to the free throw line, a chance to maybe seal the deal.
I would say 2 free throws absolutely seals the deal, maybe even 1. But 2 absolutely seals the deal, 11.5 left. There's 1, Illinois now 7 for 7 from the line.
And it is now a 2-possession game for the Hawkeyes trying to get back into this thing. Bryant drains both of them. Illinois a perfect 8 for 8 from the charity stripe tonight.
You need 2 possessions, so a quick layup is fine. But you're gonna need a 3 at some point anyways.
McCabe with it. 10 seconds on the clock. Stulke tries a 3, air balls out of bounds. 4.2 seconds on the clock. It is. Finds Kendall Bostic, and Illinois is going to dribble it out. The second straight time Illinois upsets Iowa in Champaign.
Yeah, well, we saw the series history. Iowa led the series 60-20. Last two matchups go in the favor of the Illinois Fighting Illini. What a game, what a win.